Hi guys, so today we'll be doing the MySQL task, and this task is a very interesting task. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of work, a lot of commitment, and you have to be vigilant when doing this task. It talks about backing up your database, okay, on different servers. So your Web O1 would serve as the main server where your database is, and your Web O2 would be the replica, which would be the one to save or to serve as a backup for your database. Okay, so let's go and dive into it. So for this task, we're expected to install MySQL version 5.7. It is very crucial that you install this version because that's what ALX will be checking. Newer versions are present right now. I think up to version probably 12, and ALX won this version 5.7 in, like, they were specific about this version. So I'll be showing you how we're going to install this, and also we're going through the code along. Okay, so the first task says, firstly I would seed into this and create this directory. Okay, so we'll create this directory in my system engineering DevOps. So I'll seed into my ALX system. It's not here. Okay, I think my stuff is hanging. So once I seed into it, I'll make the directory and I'll seed into that directory. Okay, so we have nothing in the directory. I can just echo this into readme. So I have a readme file already inside the directory. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is we have to install this MySQL version 5.7 or on my Web O1 and my Web O2. Okay, and what I'll do is I would open this first link over here, and then I'll SSH into my Web O1. If you don't know how to do these shortcuts to SSH into Web O1, it's as simple. You can watch the web server task, which I did, which I created a shortcut to um, actually log in our server. So the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to log in, and first you want to try this command, but majorly this command doesn't really work. So what you I would just suggest you do is use this command over here. This, since if you've never installed it, just go straight to this point, right? Do this and restart your MySQL. But if you've installed it before, just follow along by doing this process. Run this, run this, run this, kill the process. So I don't know, probably in the next one I can start from this, but for now let's just run from this because I don't want to waste time. So I'll paste this here and press enter. So that would help us install my SQL. Okay, so while that is installing, we're told that we should follow the prompt and select Ubuntu Bionic. So we'll get a prompt, and then we'll select Ubuntu Bionic. We change it to SQL 5.7 and set a password if needed. Okay, so let's go. So I'm waiting for that to happen. So while that is loading, I don't know, maybe we should try that on Web O2 as well. Is it? I think this is our server. Yeah. So we'll SSH our web. Sorry, web. Why is this thing hanging? Okay, so this one is already asking us for the prompt. So remember Ubuntu Bionic, and click enter, click enter, click enter, and then come back to this. You can see it says that it is selected, right? That 5.7 is what is selected. So I'll just come and print OK and print OK. So it's still loading. Then it should prompt us for a password as well. So while that is loading, let me SSH into web02 here. Okay, so let that go and let this one log in. So for web02, in case you've installed and you didn't do it well, you need to follow this stuff. But this one is already asking us for password, so I'll use 1234 for now, and we enter the password 1234 and press enter, and then it will complete its setup. Okay, so while that is continuing, in case you installed it before, so let's go through this process. So you do this sudo this, so you can skip this if it's your first time as well. So you can do this first, and then we'd see that we don't have any process for the root SQL, and then we'll stop the SQL if we have it before, and we should get probably an error that we don't have it or something. So you see, fail to stop because it's not running. So we can run this again to see, like, this one is to show the process, this one is to stop the process, this one is to re-show it if it's still there, but it's not there, so we don't need to see it. So if we still see it, you can kill it, but since it's not there, we'll skip that, and then we'll move to this point and copy it. This purge helps us delete all the files that might have been created that refuse to delete when we uninstall MySQL. So it has run successfully. Is this one still running? Yes. So we are still on our web02. We run that, and after that we remove all these files. So remove this one first and paste it. Yeah, I pasted it twice. Let me repaste it and enter. So we replace the second one. Right, and then the third one. So we press that it's not installed. Okay, so we can run this as well. And then run this. So we are removing all the files like that, and after that skip this one for now, skip this, skip this, skip this. You can app update, but I'm not updating mine. Then go to sudo apt clean. So go to this and press enter, and after that you can do this one as well. Copy it, we press it. So I pressed it twice, so let me delete that and repaste it. And after, I still pressed it twice, sorry guys. So let me clear my screen and press it once. So after that, then we now install it like we did for the first one. So we'll copy this and paste it here and press enter. So that one is loading as well, and this one we are done installing it. So if I just do MySQL -- you see that we have the version 5.7.42, though on our intranet it is 5.7.20 something, but we just need to add this 5.7. That's what the ALS is going to check, and since we have this, we can just do sudo MySQL status. Okay, and then sudo MySQL status. Is that not it? Okay, let me see. Let me go back to, okay, sorry, after installing it, I'm supposed to restart. So forgive me for that error. So we restart it. I've restarted it, and then it says my SQL is active. So let me see the sudo MySQL status again. Okay, I don't know. I think that command I'm not getting it right, but we just need to restart it, and we can see that it is active and it is running already. So that's fine. Um, Back to our web 02. What's going on here? For this one, let's reinstall this. What's going on? Okay, I think we copied something wrong. Yes, copy, paste, enter. Yes, so we copied something wrong here. So yeah, so this one is installing now, and yes, I think for now we know what to do on web 02. So let me go back to the task, and let's continue. So now that we are installing both, what else? Okay, it's just the version. We just need to just check the version. So right now, web 01 is set, it remains web 02. So remember now that they said make sure that you've done the task 3, which is this task over here, of this, that is allowing ALX to be able to access your web server. And mostly we did that for only web 01 when we are doing this. So we need to do it for web 02 in order for this to get checked. If not, we won't get a check. We'll just get a 2 check instead of a 3 check. Okay, so which I haven't done for web 02 as well. So I'll do it for web 02. So for this tax, we've done it before. So we just need to copy this public key, ALX public key, copy it and put it in our authorized key web 02. So I hope you understand. If you have any question, let me know. So this one is asking us already. So we take Bionic, enter with 5.5, 5.7 is selected already. Or you can just click on it, we click on 5.7, is selected and press OK. So we'll be prompted for password, and that's it. So remember, the password we use is 1234. In case I forget, remind me. All right, so I'm waiting for it. So I'm scrolling. So it's saying password 1234, enter, 1234, enter. So I've created a password. So I just wanted to finish configuration, and then I'll put this in the authorized keys here, and I think with that we're good and we can check our code. So let me go back here. I think this one just opened an extra new tab. So good. So if I check my code now, it's gonna work, but it's not going to work completely. So let me just wait till we're done. Let's just wait till I'm done. So while that is loading, so the next thing is let me open this so I can follow up. Okay, so the next thing is, in order for us to verify that your server are properly configured, we need you to create a user and password for both MySQL database, which will allow the checker access them. So we need to create a new user on the SQL that we created on web 01 and web 02 for ALX to be able to access our SQL, to know that okay, we've created it properly and all that. Okay, so I'm just waiting patiently for this guy to finish installing so we can continue. But anyway, while that is loading, it says create a MySQL user. So we're going to create a user with this Overton user. That's going to be the username. So we done with this. So let me do sudo service MySQL restart, right? So once I restart that, it is working. or is it reload that I use for this guy? Let me see. Okay, it's the status. Okay, so yeah, this is what I was looking for before. My SQL restart and status. You can see that it is active and it is running. So and then I'll need to paste the what's it called, the so I would sudo, or I don't even need to use sudo anyway. I'll vi .ssh/authorize keys. Okay, so I'm gonna put the public key, ALX public key here and paste it. So since I pasted it, I'll exit myself and now I'm good to go. So if I do sudo MySQL version, so we have version 5.7, so we have that already done. So I'll do my checker and check my code to see if I'm right. So we have our web 01. Oh, we haven't git pushed. So what I'll do is I would Control C, exit this, and ls. So I'm going to git add this message. What's going on? Tax 1. What's going on here? Git add, git commit the message tax 1, and git push. Am I on the right directory? I think so. So let's see if that pushes. So I'm waiting for that to push, and as we check. Okay, good. So that is checking, and we need to just move on to the next one as soon as we can. Good. So we're done, and now let's go to the next one. So in order for us to verify, so we need to create a new user, right? So we need to create on both our web 01 and web 02. So I think this is web 01, so let's switch back into our web 01, right? So we SSH into it, we open our SQL prompt, and we create a new user. How do we do that? We do sudo MySQL. The user is the root, and we're going to prompt in the password. The password we created is 1234. So I entered it and I press enter, and then we're back. I can clear my screen. So now I can say show databases, and then you see the database that comes with SQL. Anyway, what we'll do now is so we'll create a user, right? So create user, and what is the user's name? The user's name is allbutton_user. So copy this, or let me just type it, allbutton_user, and the IP address, right? I think that should be it. At the IP address. The IP address is localhost, as you can see it on both, and the host name set to localhost, and the password is this. So once we do this, then we'll say authenticate by password, right? And we say identified with. So some would just say password, but I love using MySQL native password, native_password. Okay, so some will just write password straight there, and then you say by, and what is the password name? So the password name, I'll put it in quotes, and this is the password. Paste it, close the quotes, and end the statement and enter. So it says query okay, so we've created it. This allows so make sure the button user has permission to check. So we have to give the button user the permission to check the status. Okay, so we'll say grant replication, look at it here, clients. Okay, clients on all as we have here to this. So this is exactly what we just, all this command is what we will put here. So on all database and all table to, and what is the name, all bar underscore user. You can put dates, you can, it's not compulsory, you put the quotes there, and this one is local host, right? And that's all. We end it that way, and good. So query okay, so we have that. So we can test this by just, so I think I'm done with this, so I'll exit it and then let's test it. So let's say we are logging in as the button guy and we want to show the permission it has. So we press enter, we put this password it has, we created for it, copy, and then enter. So we can see on client this. So I think we're good. So we'll exit and do the same thing for web o2. So exit and SSH web o2. So same thing, what I'll do is I'll say sudo MySQL, the user is root, and by password, and the password is 7991. Or sudo maybe I missed my password. Sorry, 1234. You see, I knew I would forget, so I used another password anyway. So I was used to that password. All right. So so we show databases. We still have the same default one. So we need to create user, right? And the user is Obertin user at localhost, right? And the password we say identified by, or is it with, identified with, and then we'll say MySQL native password, native underscore pass, I need to get spelling well, password, and then by, and what is the password? Yeah, got the password and end it. And the query is all button user. Great, correct. So we need to grant it the permission as well. So we'll grant privilege or replication rather, replication client, or I can just copy this. So copy, paste, and that would be Oh, good. So once I do that, and I'm good to go. So you can exit it as well and just do this. And the password would be this to see if it's correct. So we have the same thing and we're good to go. So we exit it and we test our code. See if we're right. Oh, okay, good. So the next one now, if you have any questions so far, let me know on the comment section. I will attend to you as fast as I can. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and give it a thumbs up if you're enjoying it so far. So let's go to the next one. It says, "If only you could see what I've seen with your eyes." Blah blah blah. Anyway, so now that we've created, in order to set up a replication, so you need to have a database. Definitely we need a database for to be backed up, right? With at least one table and one row in your primary MySQL server. So the web 01 will be our primary server. So we need at least one database in that. Though we have some default one, but we want to create our own that we want to replicate, because those default ones are in both, right? We need to create one that is not in both, right? So we'll create that and then we'll now try to make it um, get it or back it up. So we said we should create a database here called TireUp. So I would SSH into my web 01. Okay, so I would sudo MySQL, the user is root, by password 1234. Oh, I thought the password 1234 would work straight up. So 1234. Anyway, it didn't work. It's good to try new things anyway. So in order for you to set up replication, you need to have a database. Okay, so create a database name. So we say show databases. So we need to create a database called type. So you can use create database, and what is the name? Tyrell underscore corp. So if we show databases now, you see that we have Tyrell Corps here, right? Okay, so if we select all from Tyrell underscore corp, you see that we have to first use Tyrell underscore corp, right? So if we select everything from it, select all from, there's no even table, so we'll say show tables rather. So we see that it is empty set, so we can't do anything. So the next thing is, after we've created the Tyrell Corp, we'll use Tyrell Corp like I did. You use Tyrell Corp, okay? So once you use Tyrell Corp, we are now inside the database, right? Now that we're inside, and I try to show the tables that are inside the database, and you said that we don't have any table. So within the Tyrell Corp, create a table named Nexus. Okay, so create table, so I could use capital like you use small letter bar, because ALX wants you to use this. So I'm just trying to make you used to using this. So the name of it is going to be Nexus 6. Okay, so we'll create a table and we can initialize it straight up because we can't just create a table without a column. So to have an ID and a name, and the ID has 1, the name as Leon. So we'll give it an ID, right? So the ID would be I can give it an integer, and I can make it auto increment, increment, right? And I can give it as a primary key, comma. And also I can have um my name, the name, and the name would be a variable character with a maximum of 255, which is the maximum, and then it has not to be null, not null. Okay, so I think we're good with this. And if I press enter, it says query. So if I say show tables now, oh sorry, you see that we have this table, right? So we have this table, but we've not inserted anything into it. So we just have a table called nexuses. So if we say select all from nexus 6, you said it is empty inside our table. So inside this table now, we want to insert something inside it. So we'll say insert into the nexus 6, right? We want to insert into the nexus 6. Since ID is, though nexus 6 has ID and name that we can insert into it, there's a way to view them, but for now let's just insert. So since ID is auto incremented, so the first one will be 1. So I can just give value to name. ID would be auto filled for us. So we'll say name, for that is the column for name, give it this value. The column for name, give it a value called Leon. Let me see, what am I missing? Insert into nexus 6. Maybe there's not supposed to be space, but I doubt that. I doubt that's the issue. Insert into nexus 6, name, value neon. What's wrong here? Neon on field list. I think I'm making a mistake somewhere. Sorry guys. I think I'm making a mistake somewhere. I think it should be like this. Insert into, yeah, it should be insert into am I missing the spelling? No, nexus 6. Do I need to the name? Name, value, new. I'm still wondering what is going on here. So let me just use my AI to kind of see what I'm missing. Chart open. Yeah. So I'm trying to ponder on what I'm missing. I think I'm missing something. Oh, let's just Google search. insert into a table in MySQL. I think I'm inserting to Nexus 6, column name with the value. Or does it have to be small letter? Without that, yeah, it's not. Um, Insert into a table in MySQL. Why is this thing hanging now? It's hanging, seriously. Okay, the insert into customer values. Okay, it's values, not values. Let's see, values, Leon. Okay, what am I missing? Am I missing something? Okay, let's try this one. Inside should be quoted, and yeah, that is the quote. Man, can you imagine? Okay, so select all from Nexus 6. So we have exactly what we had here, ID name, blah blah blah, right? So we've created a kind of database with a table with a content in our primary guy. So we now need to replicate it um in our secondary, which is our backup. So let's check and see if we're correct. Let's exit out of this one. What did I do wrong? I've done that right. Anyway, let's copy this and see which is this button user. So paste this, enter. What is that password again? This guy. I want to cross check if it's correct. Again, did I copy URL? Access denied, button user. What's going on? I think I'm doing something wrong. Why is it not logging me in? Oh, okay. Okay, make sure button user has select permission. Okay, but even as a that we can't. Okay, let's see. So I think that's what we didn't do. We didn't do this. So we've done all this, create this. We didn't create this at least one. So you need to make sure that the button user, which we are using to check now, has permission to select a table and view its content. You understand? So that's what we want to do now. So to do that, I will just do this. 1 2 3 4. So I would say grant select. Okay. So there's a database that comes with SQL, which is MySQL itself, and inside the database there's a table called user. So once grant on this, so you should grant this permission the user to where is it, Obertin, let me just type it, Obertin underscore user, and the IP address at localhost, and then end it. So query okay. Let me exit this and retry this. And what is that? There you go. I'm still having an access denied guy. Okay, anyway, let me test this. I still don't know why I have access denied. This is loading. Okay, we are supposed to see this actually. In order to create a application, you need to have a database with at least one table and one row. Create a database. So I think we did all this. 1 2 3 4, because it will show databases, except we missed a spelling. It will show databases. We have Tyrell underscore cop good. So create a database. We've done that. What's okay? We have errors all true. And what are the guys? Permission and to button for web 1. Okay. So create a database Tyrell. We've done that. Within the Tyrell corps database, right? Create a table called Nexus 6. So we've done that by you say use Tyrell corp, use Tyrell corp. Yes, I think it worked. So show tables. So we have Nexus 6, right? Yes, Nexus. I'm trying to see the spelling. I'm trying to just debug here, and at least one entry to it. So you will select all from Nexus 6. We have an ID name 1 layer. So we have that, right? Which is good. MySQL. The password. Make sure Obertin user has select permission. Look at, we have this MySQL, right? So make sure Obertin user has the select permission. I think that's what we just did, which we just say we should grant the select on MySQL dot user, right? The thing is, what I'll do is I would say show databases, and then I'll use MySQL, and then I'll show tables. Yeah, it is user, right? So grant select on MySQL dot user to, let me use Obertin underscore user, right? Do this at to this local host. Yes, and that's it. We're supposed to be good this way. I'm still confused why this is happening right now. Next 6. Which password do you need right now? I was thinking it should be this, not our regular 1234. And I've pasted it. It says access denied. Oh, let's copy this again. 1234. It's not. Which was sure. Let me go up again. Grab this guy. Except the password we created was twice. Maybe I pressed it twice. Yeah, it's wrong. So what's now going wrong? Make sure. No. So I'm trying to see what's going on. Like, I don't even know what's going on right now. It's supposed to work. And I'm on my web 01. What should we do? What should we do, guys? Permission are granted to O button. A database master MySQL server database image. You've done this too, and I'm still wondering why we're having issues right now. Maybe I'll pause it, and because I don't want to waste your time, find a solution and we'll continue. Okay, guys, so I think I know what happened now, and I just checked through. And okay, so let's continue. So I think the permission is what I missed wrong. So let's go back into our this, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So the permission sake, we say grant. It says grant select. So it wasn't able to access it. That's why we're having error when we're even testing it. So we'll grant select on that particular table. It has to be so. Make sure the add select on your table so that we can check. So on the table we created with Tyrell underscore core. Okay. Dot what's it? Nexus 6. Okay, so that's the table we created. So we'll grant select on that table to old Burton. Why was that one successful the last time I tried it? Anyway, old Burton school. Old Burton user at the IP address is localhost. Yeah, good. So let me exit it first and try again. So copy this, paste it, go up, copy this, paste it. We still have access denied. What's going on? We still have access denied. What's going on? Okay, it worked, but I don't know why we're having access denied now. So that worked, but I think there's something wrong with this. I don't know. It's supposed to work. O button user. You know what? I'll debug this guy. Let's check. You know how we're gonna debug it. So it's worked now, right? It's working now. So majorly this is it, and yeah. So let's continue to the next one. So the next one now, which is the fourth one. So before you get started with your okay, so with your primary replica signalization, you need one more thing in place on your primary on web O1, which is this one. Create a new user for the replica server. So we'll create a new user that the replica server will use to log into our normal database. Okay, so the name of the new user should be replica. So we'll just say we'll, we'll do this again 1 2 3 4, and then we'll create a user, create user, and the name of the user is what? Replica user. Replica, sorry guys, underscore user. There's a rat disturbing me here. So name of the user is replica user, what the host name sets to, so and then at the I pressed something wrong, the IP address will be set to percentage. I think that's this. And what else am I missing? Okay, create user, replica user, and okay, identified with. So identified with. I used to use MySQL native password. MySQL underscore native underscore password. But I don't think this MySQL native password is necessary. And then just put by. I think password by, and I'll put the password. So the password I'm going to use 1 2 3 4 and APC and question mark, and close it like that and end it like this. Okay, so 1 2 3 4. So I have to use a number and alphabet and symbol for it to work properly. Okay, so once we create that, because it's going to give us error that it's too simple, it's too long, it's too this, so I think this is fine. So after this, what do we do? We've created the user, a password you like. Okay, so it must have permission to replicate. So to give it permission to grant replication, but this time around, instead of client, it will be slave, a slave on all database and all table. So it will grant to replica server or replica user at that IP address, which is percentage, and I think that is that. Let me see if this will work. So this one worked. And what else? Operating user will need select privilege on MySQL user table in order to check the operating user will need. I think this is what we did before. Select permission on your table. So operating user will use select permission on MySQL. So this is what I did before. This is what I was doing instead of doing that one. That's what I was doing for this, and I think we already have that. Okay, so I think we already have it, which is which is to select privilege for my SQL user. So we are giving it select privilege for my SQL user instead of the database we created the other time. So we'll grant, let me just redo it, select on which is mysql.user, mysql.user. This is why it was working before. And to, why is this not hanging? To with Oberton user will have select privileges. So to Oberton underscore user at, let me just put this local host. Okay, local host. Yes. In order to check, yes. So this is what I was explaining the other time. So yes, I think with this we are good to go. Though we could test this and see if it worked. Exit. So this one worked. Exit. So paste it. Enter. Come here for password. So we have it. Yeah, so we have that, and back to the last one, and I think after this one we just need to write a bash script for this one and we're done. So um so what we'll do next is having a replica member on your MySQL database has to advantage redundancy if you lose blah 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 blah. So we need to configure our configuration file for the primary and backup. The backup, which is the slave, will be able to get information from the primary, and primary will allow the slave to get that information. And then the thing is, whenever there's a changes made in our database, those changes are recorded in a binary log file. That binary log file is what is being will I say transferred to the replica. The replica then interprets the binary log and put it in its own um, database. Okay, so basically that's what happens. So what we'll do now is let's see. So requirement, MySQL primary must be hosted on. So the primary is on this. Do not use binary, just comment on this. MySQL replica must be hosted on this. Yes, we know. Set up replication for the MySQL database named Tyrell Corps. So we need to set up a replication for this database, and then provide your SQL primary configuration as answer file. The primary configuration will put it in this. The um, slave will put it in this one. Okay, for the replica rather. So what we'll do is we're in the web 01 already. So I will just sudo vi into my etc MySQL index.d and then mysql.config. So once we enter this file, we copy it, and then they said we should comment out our binding address. Okay, so we'll comment it out, the binding address. So we'll now add some things. So this is the primary where the database is originally, so we just have to add some lines, and the lines we're going to add is we'll add the server ID. Okay, so we'll add server ID. After server ID, we're going to add the binary log I told you about. So let's start with server ID, server underscore ID, give it a space and give it a space and give it a server ID of 1. So the name, it has to be something different from the replica server ID. So we'll give it a number. Okay, so I gave it 1, and then the so the binding address normally used to be the address of our of this machine, definitely, but we're thought to just comment it out. So the log binary, that is the binary log file that I was talking about that saves those information, so that it is found in our the binary log file will be found in our var log mysql dash log no it's dash binary dot log. Yeah, it should be like this. Yes, so that's that. So we've added 2. So the last thing is going to be the database name that we want it to transfer. So we'll say the binary log underscore do database do db, because what is the database name? The database name is Tyrell underscore cop. So basically that's it, and you can just copy this guy as our number 4. So let me try and reload sudo service mysql reload. Is it reload? Restart, sorry, it's supposed to be restart. Okay, it's working. So let me exit out of this and create that 4. So let me just call it 4 for now, because it's on my clipboard and I don't want to copy something else. So I'll rename it once I'm done copying into it. So press I and paste it. Good. So I think this is good. Sorry, just want to good. So I would rename it, what's it called? Can get the name from here. This is the primary guy. So I'll move 4 to this, and we're good. So that's the primary configuration. Let me copy the name for the secondary. I've created that. So I'll SSH into web02 to do the configuration for that as well, and we'll share the configuration to you. And after that, we still need to do some more things though. SSH web auto. Why is this taking our time? Okay, good. So I will sudo vi into my etc, my SQL, my SQL, my SQL. Good. So I will comment out the bind address. Comment that out. So after that, let's see, what else would I have? I'll have server ID as well. Server underscore ID, and I'll give that one 2 for now. And then the next thing is log binary, which is that binary log file, and it's still going to be in the same position, which is var log binary by log mysql slash mysql mysql dash binary dot log. Yes, I think something like this. Yes, and then remember binary log underscore do database. That is the database you want to use, which is direw underscore cop. And what else? So we'll now have a relay log. So this is the difference between them. This one will have a relay log. Relay log is like a place where the backup copies its the things that it wants to save to its database, kind of. So it's in var log, and then MySQL, definitely MySQL, and then slash MySQL dash or underscore relay underscore binary dot log. I think something like this. This Tyrell cop for database name. I think that's it. So hey, I didn't, let me sudo it back and copy it. Let me copy that. Good. So sudo service MySQL restart, right? Is it restart? Okay, good. So I think the configuration is okay. Let me exit from it first, and then vi.for replica. This is wasting time. So I pasted that, and let's save that for now. So there's one thing we need to generate and write down for the SSH web 01. Okay. And that is, where is it? Web 01. Show master status. So we need to show master status. Before that, we need to log in our database. So show master status. So it is MySQL binary 0002154. So you need to write this down. So I'm jotting it down, 154. Okay, so we need these two numbers. So once we're done with that, exit. So I think this one is working perfectly already. That's all for this guy. Okay, and then we'll exit it. It's wasting time, so we need to go do for this guy as well. But to do this, we need one more step, and then we'll show slave status, and then we'll be able to see all this. Okay, so what's going on? Is my network disconnected? Why is it proper? Okay, good. So let's exit SSH web 02. So go back to web 02 as well, and I hope my audio is recording. Okay, good. So go back into web 02. Okay, so we're in web 02 now. So now we'll go into our SQL command. So the next thing we'll do is go to caps log. So we'll say we want to change master to, okay, and then we'll say the master underscore host is equals to, so this, at this point we'll put the IP address of our web 01 to connect to. So we're trying to make this guy connect to web 01. So come down here, this copy, and yeah, and then comma. So we'll say master host, right? Master user. The user for master is replica underscore. As you can see, all these things I'm putting, you can find them here. Replica user, you see, master host has this, it has IP address, that's why I'm putting IP address. And then this one is replica user. What's going on there? Comma. So after master user, we have the master password. Master, that one will not be shown. Master underscore password, and the password is we use 1234, right? And a PC question mark, and I think we're good. After master password, we need master log file, the master log underscore file. So the master log file. So we use that command that we wrote down, which is MySQL -binary 123452. Okay. Is it dash? I think that place is dot. Yes, MySQL this dot. Let me check where I wrote it down. I think I wrote it down somewhere. Yeah, it's dot. So because I saw it here that it's dots too. So I mean, yeah. So close that, comma, and after that master log POS, that's 154. So we'll say copy master log POS equals to 154. This one won't have a quote, so end it there and we'll press enter. So it says query okay, so we can then show slave status and /g to organize it. So we'll be able to see all this. But if you see that this says waiting for master to send event, but this one is not waiting for master to send event, so we have to make it wait for master to send event. And what do? We start the replication. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to start the replication and we'll say start replica. Is that now it? No, start slave rather. The word replica is no more used, so it says start slave. Okay, so it's okay. So if we do the status again, you see that it's now saying that connecting to master, right? So if I do status again, okay, it says connecting to master. Maybe it's still connecting anyway. Should have connected already. Anyway, so waiting for master to send event. I think that's that. So let me exit this and let's check our code. So now if we add any information to web 01 data, we're supposed to see it here. Okay, so I think there's still something we're not getting right, or maybe your configuration file is having some errors. I want to quickly check on it. You know what? Maybe because I didn't copy all the data in my configuration file, so let me just do that. So vi, because I don't want to edit, etc MySQL So this one is for web 02, which is the replica. So I'll just copy from here and up to this point. I'm not sure this is it, but I'm not sure this is the reason, but let me just try what I need to try. And then, so this is for, sorry, so exit, so vi for replica. So I'll delete all this and paste this into it. Okay, so I'll SSH into my web 01 as well. I'm not sure that's it, but anyway, we're trying. So let's try it here too. Copy up to this point, copy. So this one is for so vi the full primary. So I pasted that as well. Okay, I haven't git added it. So git add, git commit. I think that's why. Because those comments meant nothing. I just wanna put them for, oh, where's my git? Git add, git commit. Why is it fit commit, not git commit? So let's try it now. Because we did everything right, just wanna. So anyway, while that's loading, let us quickly solve the last guy over here, and that is quite simple. So there's a dump file which is created by the SQL. So let me just write the script. User in env bash. Okay, let me see this guy. I hope it's working already. Oh shit. Okay, we have one error left. So what's the error? What's the error? It's a replication is working. So it's not working yet. So we'll solve that. The answer file is present. Okay, good. So it's the replication that remains to work. Okay, good. So let me quickly solve this and then we'll go back to the other one. So write this and come down. It says so the SQL dump must contain all the SQL database. Write a bash script that generates MySQL dump and create a compressed archive out of it. So we'll do this, and then so what do we do? So we say MySQL dump. Okay, it's a command, and then we say user roots password. Okay, and then the bash script accepts one argument. That is the password used to connect to the MySQL database. So we'll use MySQL and then we'll dump the all the data. Okay, so what we do is we say -p, and then the password is the first argument. Okay, and we want to do it for all the databases. Okay, and then we'll say pass everything that you get from all databases and give it a name, backup.sql, which we are giving. The dump must be named backup.sql. Now we need to archive it. So to archive, we use tar, and then we use the flag cv, and then z, and then the file name. The file name would be what? The file name would be this $sign day would be date plus %d. So we'll say %d dash %m dash %y for year. and then say dot tar dot gz, which is what we have here. Okay, and then from the file backup.sql, yeah, so basically I think this is all that we need for this. Chmod 7555 git add 5 git commit. I'm so thirsty. So if this one works, then just go and fix the last one. Okay, we are there. Oh, maybe it hasn't pushed. Just praying it works. Okay, it works. Good. So we are left with this guy over here, which is the last one of this. So now, since our replica is not working, let's test again if it's working already. If it's not working, then we know what to do. So first, what I will do to debug is I will SSH into my web 01. Okay, I want to be sure that my, what's it called, my file is this and my position is still the same. So show master. So I would sudo MySQL user root password 1 2 3 4. I think I messed up. Yeah, good. So show master status. So you see MySQL -bin 1 2 3 4 5 2 1 5 4. Good. So I think this one is fine. I will exit it. I will SSH into my web 02 and check. So guys, I made an error here. I was trying to SSH into web 02, but I didn't exit from web 01, so it wasn't successful, and I thought it was. So I did what I was supposed to do on web 02 to on web 01. So you guys can skip this part till 1 hour 36 minutes and continue, but if you still want to see what I did and how I fixed it, you can still follow along. Thanks for understanding, and see you. So this is where the issue is, I guess. The replication is not working, so the replication isn't working. So what I'll do is I would sudo enter 1 2 3 4. Good. So what I will do now is I'll first check my slave status. So let me just copy this. Show slave status. Why is it empty? Show slave status -g. Okay, I think this is what is wrong again. So we need to redo what we did before, which was the what was it called? Change master. So say change master to, do I still have those commands here? I'm not sure I have them. So change master to, and then master underscore host is equals to then the master IP address. So I'll get the IP address here of this. I'll paste it here. Okay, so master user, which is, let me put it in quotes, replica user, and then master password, which is 1234 ABC question mark, right? That's master password, master log file, master log file, master log file, MySQL dash binary dot 123452, right? And master log POS equals to this one 154. I think that's all for it. 154 MySQL dash B 123452. And then we're done. So let's check the status again. Okay, status is here. So now let me start it. So I would say start slave. I think that's it. Say start slave. So show replica status. It's not supposed to say connecting to master. It's supposed to say it's supposed to say waiting for master to send request. Save SQL. All these ones are not there. So I think that's where the issue is coming from. Oh, fuck. There's one more problem. I will try and solve it. Let's see if this one gives us error. Maybe I'm going to pause it and see if I can solve it, and then I'll let you know what's going on. So basically, we're supposed to have this one waiting, not just connecting. So it's connecting, but it's not connected and waiting. So that's the problem I'm facing right now. So let me try again. Yeah, it's still the same. Connecting to master. Replica user 33. Okay. One more thing. It's not being able to connect because the firewall is blocking it. So what I will do is I will exit this. So it's trying to connect, it's not connecting. So I will clear this. Am I on my web 01? Shit, I'm doing it on the wrong place. Am I just doing this on the wrong place? I'm doing it on, that should be on the web 02. That should be on web 02, man. Oh my god. It's not supposed to connect. Shit. I messed up so bad. I messed up. I messed up. I messed up so bad. How did I just do this? Let's see. Show master status. Okay, this one is working. Let me just exit it. We're not supposed to even have that on our this, but anyway, for web 01, we're supposed to say sudo ufw allow port 3306. So it's going to allow it to connect. So we'll exit from this and SSH web 02. This web 02 I'm supposed to connect to and do this. See what being tired can cause you to do. Okay, so and we have 1 2 3 4 to log in, and then okay, so let me show slave status. Yeah, I think it's working now. So it has showing for, so let's just check. So now I need to stop this rubbish that I did on web 01, which is not supposed to be there. If it doesn't work, that will just be the final thing to do. That will just be the final thing to do. Anyway, let me start exiting and going to web 01 to undo what I just did. Because I can't have slave and replica on the two. So it worked. So that's majorly. I don't know when I went to web 01 and started entering this command. So I'm just going to put it out before I, like, while uploading, that you should not do that part, that you should skip to, you should fast forward, okay, or something. All right, thank you for staying tuned with me. I hope you've learned a lot from this. I hope I don't, or I didn't confuse you, and if I did, let me know in the comment section so I can probably redo a video or help you out with any question you might have. And see you in the next one, and have a good day.